everyone. Welcome to Faith and Yoga at St. Bartholomew's. I'm Dixie. I'm happy to announce that my husband Fred has rejoined us today, Aaron Porter and Glenn Gobrecht, and together we bring you Faith and Yoga. Glenn, I'm going to ask you to sound that gong. Very nice. I actually saw this week on TV where there is a thing that's been around for years and years that I was not aware of, called a sound bath, where it involves no water, it involves vibrations and your body receiving these vibrations as a healing. So isn't that interesting? But anyhow, I always like to hear that gong when we get started. So for today's class, mum's the word. Yeah, mum's the word today. Mum can translate into many meanings. It's a noun. Mum is the British or the United Kingdom version of mother. It's an adjective. Mum, shh, quiet. Don't say or repeat what I'm telling you. Or a noun, a mum, a fall flower. Many varieties and colors, originally from China. So today, mum's the word. We're going to concentrate on finding some quiet time and stillness for ourselves in today's practice. And we're also going to connect with that colors. Aaron noticed right away that I didn't have my normal blue mat today. Well, this is my at-home practice mat, and it's purple. I like purple. I don't always wear purple, but purple is a color that brings calm. So I've chosen some pops of purple throughout the practice today. And one other thing that happened this week, I was able to find a box of special crayons. They are made by the Crayola company. And they are called the Colors of Kindness. I like to think they might be called the colors of yoga, or the colors of faith or Christianity, or the colors of St. Bartholomew's. Well, I asked everyone before I told them what it was about to reach in and pull out their favorite color from the Color of Kindness crayon box. So Fred, do you want to tell us, come on up and show us your colors. I'm going to go in the middle there so Aaron can have a look.
The color that I chose, I thought was orange, but it is melon. And melon is a slice of nice.
Glenn?
I'm kind of a green kind of liking guy, and this is kind of a bluish green, but they call it Caribbean green, and also it says ride the waves.
Thank you. I'll do mine next and then I'll ask Aaron to come up. I chose purple because of our theme of mums today, and mine is called Wisteria, and the kindness word is best buddies. So I'm here with my best buddies today.
And I like green. I picked Cool Mint, and mine is Peace of Mind.
This box of crayons was very affordable, and what a fun way to spread some kindness to your family and friends, and just because they're fun. So they're easily found in the department stores around the Hanover area. Okay, so I also found a very meaningful Bible verse from Psalm chapter 46, verse 10. Be still and know that I am God. What an extraordinary idea that in stillness may be found God. Learning to be quiet before the Lord is one of the greatest challenges we face today in our quest to include God into our everyday lives. I don't know about you all, but even when I do try to be quiet, maybe a little beep or chime will go off on my phone, or something on TV or something from the outside filters through. So finding that stillness indeed is definitely a challenge. So solitude, mum's the word, fitting it into the plan. Taking 15 minutes of solitude on a daily practice can help increase feelings of peacefulness, calm, relaxation, and fitting it in by getting up maybe 10 to 15 minutes earlier in the morning when things are quiet might just be the ticket. Or seeking out time in nature as it is restorative. So maybe you can begin by taking a minute or two to simply breathe in and out of your busy day. And slowly close your eyes and soften and let the stress of your time fade away. A circle is also a way to try and center ourselves and come to our self of calm. So if you have your hula hoops handy today, and if you want to sit in the circle of your hula hoop and kind of think of it as your own sacred space. The circle is found in nature, and think of the mum when you think of circles and natures and sacred spaces. It's a fun time to go out to the garden centers and have a look at all the different colors, and to be outside and maybe sprucing up your home a little. So all little things that can help. So mum's the word for today, and let's get started. So if you want to join me on your mat, in your circle, if that appeals to you, we'll start. And we'll start by taking the advice that I've read, by slowly just taking some natural breaths in and out, in through the nose and out through the nose. If you're comfortable closing your eyes, feel free to do that, or just soften your gaze, breathing in and out. Letting your shoulders relax if you've been holding them tight. Adjusting your circle when you're in it so it fit into it without pushing up against it. Breathing in and out. In and out. Now let's add a little bit of count into our breath. Let's breathe in for 4, hold for 4, and breathe out for 4. So when you're ready, deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Holding. 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhaling. 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll do this for a series of 5. I'll count you through one more time and then do the other 4 breaths on your own. Breathing in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling. 4, 3, 2, 1. And go ahead, 4 more cycles. Letting your chin come to chest. And just letting your body rotate around in a circle. You can choose your direction. Just circling your torso. If it feels good to have your hands on your knees, that kind of helps with the movement. Do 5 more in the direction you're currently moving. And then reverse in the other direction. Come to stillness. When you return to this stillness, take a moment and check in with yourselves. See if you can clear your mind of the outside noise, sounds, dings, barks, chirps. And just take another deep breath in. And as you exhale, let your chin come to chest again. And then let yourself come back up into awareness, opening your eyes. Let's send those eyes up into the right corner of the room, looking up, gazes up. And then send your gaze down to the opposite corner of the room, the bottom corner. Gaze looks up to left corner of the room. And then making an X and diagonally across to the right lower corner of the room. And then bringing your gaze back to the normal. Taking your nose and starting small and drawing a circle with your head. Thinking about what color and what kind of kindness. Are you riding the wave? Is it a slice of kindness? And then reversing and going the other way. Any plans with your best buddies? And once again, coming to stillness. Readjusting your posture a little bit. And let's take a lean to the right, our ear toward our right shoulder. Coming back to center. Tilting to the left. And back up. Let's take a look over our right shoulder. And then returning to center, and then to the left. And returning to center again. And then if your hands were on your knees, let your hands drop. We're going to work on our shoulders. And roll your shoulders back. And forward. And then once again, stillness. Let's just bring our arms out in front of us. Palms are facing each other. Let's open them wide. Take them back a little farther if you can. And then bring them across and give yourself a hug. Noticing which hand's on top. And then let's open up. And once again, taking them back and opposite hand on top. Good. All right, and you can release that. We're gonna come up out of our seated circle. You can put the hula hoop to the side. And I'll meet you on the mat. As we have been talking about, one of the keys to stretching is taking a little walk first. So we've been sitting. You might have noticed when I sit, my hips do bother me a little bit, especially if I'm sitting on the mat. So we're going to take 3 laps around intentionally, reverse it, and 3 laps in the other direction. So I'll meet you back when your little garden path is completed, thinking of mums and your colors and ways of kindness and stillness. Being intentional. Meeting back on the mat. We're going to take our sun salutation today. We're going to get started with that. We're going to add just a little bit to it to do some heart openers. But first, let's start by being in mountain pose. So being strong, feeling the strength that we have, that we're grounded in from our feet, extending all the way up. Take a breath in and lift your hands up. Just like the sun would be shining on your head. We're going to start by just doing some movements like this, some circles. You choose your direction, and when you've done maybe 5 or 6 in that direction, then reverse it. Join me in stillness here. In stillness, we stretch back up on our mountain pose. We lean to the right, stretching, feeling that stretch on the left, compression on the right. Remembering to breathe here, breathing is so important. Coming back up, stretching back up again, and leaning over to the left. Once again, a stretch up. Right arm goes up. Left arm goes up. Just like you're trying to climb a mountain. And then come to stillness. Palms are facing each other. Interlace the fingers. Flip your hands so the knuckles are towards your head. And once again, we're going to turn to the right. back to center and stillness. To the left. Back to center. We're going to let ourselves lean back a little bit and gently rock from side to side. Two more rocks on each side. And then letting yourself come back to center. Unlacing your fingers. Hands are up again. And slowly let them come down. Being mindful of what that feels like in your hands as the blood comes back down and circulates through. Let yourself have a little bit of a shake there. Next, we're going to fold forward slowly, letting our vertebrae one at a time come back down. So gently fold forward, one at a time, bending forward. When you get forward a little bit more, tuck your chin to chest. And let your knees soften up and let yourself come forward. Head hangs heavy, arms are loose at the shoulders, and let your arms do the circle here as they hang loose. Take a deep breath in and exhale, and then reverse the direction of your arms. Come to stillness here. Let your hands come down in front of you. So hands are on the mat. The left knee is going to come back behind, coming to the mat. The right knee, going to lift it forward. Our hands are alongside. And we're going to rock front to back. Toes can be pressed into the mat, the toenails of the left foot, and let yourself go forward and back. And let yourself go from side to side. Feeling that stretch. And then placing your left hand flat down. If you've been up on your fingertips like cupcake hands, let your hands come down flat. Let this right arm open up. Good. And then replacing the right arm. Taking that left hand is down, let that right arm go up and look in the opposite direction. Coming back down. Once again, let that right foot, our right knee go forward and back, getting a good stretch. From here, we're going to tuck the toe, put that right foot back. So here we are, toes are tucked. We're going to lift up to down dog. Lift your hips. And once again, pedal out here. And if it feels good to wag your dog, let you do that. And then just hold yourself in down dog. Coming to stillness here, we're going to let our bodies come forward into high plank, and we're going to hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let your knees come to the mat. Point your toenails to the mat, and let your belly come forward into Cobra. And once again, align your spine. And let yourself wiggle from side to side. And when you're ready, take your nose and push a pebble and lift up. Arch your back. Looking to the right, looking to the left, coming back to center. and letting yourself come back down. Taking just a moment here for a breath. And once again, we're going to tuck our toes and bring ourselves back up into down dog. Stretching. And this time, our right knee comes to the mat and the left leg comes forward. And we stretch forward and back. And from side to side. And we plant that right hand down and lift that left hand up to the sky and open our chest. Replacing it back down. And again, a little more from side to side and stretching. And then lift that right arm up. And replacing it down. When you feel ready, tuck the toes of your right foot, lift up. Bring that right foot up with the left, and you're in forward fold again. Once again, taking a moment to just let yourself hang, being loose, and slowly, slowly, slowly letting yourself rise back up out of that. When you come up, you're in mountain pose again. Hands come to heart center. Hands extend up. And we arch back. Bringing hands back together. Bringing them to heart center. Taking a breath in. Taking a breath out. And let your hands come to side for mountain. And I think we're warmed up. So that being said, Fred, are you ready to come up and demonstrate your pose?
Okay, the pose we're going to do this morning is one that we've kind of touched on before. It's like a side kickstand, but instead of that, it's going to extend out into a side plank. So it's a little more of a arm strengthening and hip type action pose. You want to keep your hips steady, your feet, your legs straight out. So to do this, we're going to start out, I think, in Cobra. So we'll come down to down dog, then we'll go into plank, lower ourselves to the mat, and just relax here for a minute. And when you're ready, tuck your toes, push yourself back up into plank. Take your left hand, center it on the mat in front of you. Kindly rotate to the side. Maybe bring your right arm up overhead. One leg on top of the other. And don't try to overhold this. You can come back down to that. And back into plank. And that's one side. We'll lower our knees down to the floor. Swing around into tabletop. And do the other side. So we're going to extend our hands out. Back up into plank. Take your right hand this time, centered in front of you. Put your left leg on top of your right. Extend that left arm up overhead. And hold it. Another variation of this pose is you could be down on your side. Take your elbow and just rest on your elbow. This is a little bit easier. Okay? And that's it. Side plank.
If you bring yourself up to a standing position again and come to the top of your mat. Since we're warmed up, we're feeling our strength, we're gonna ride the wave and we're gonna get some warriors on. So stand here in mountain position again, hands to heart center. Taking a breath in and out. We're gonna step our left foot back to the side, so we're opening on the side, it's parallel with the back of the mat, and our right knee is going to be bent. And let's just feel that for just a moment. Let's let our arms come up to a T. Gaze looks out over right arm, middle finger there. Let yourself get comfortable in that. Taking another breath in and out. Let's straighten our leg. Arms can come back down by your side. And we're going to let our right knee bend again. This time your right forearm is going to come down and rest on your knee. Left arm swings back like you're at the bowling alley, but comes forward and opens up. And let your chest open up to the side. One more breath here. Exhale. And straighten your leg. Let yourself come back up. Straighten your leg. And bring your hands to heart center again. Take a breath. In and out. And let's let our arms come to warrior position again. You can let your left hand come down to your left thigh. Turn thumbs up on the right. Raise it and look up for peace and trigger. Letting your hands come back down to warrior two position again. And straightening out that right knee. Hands come back to prayer hands. We're going to just make a little change of our left foot. We're going to turn it out more at a right angle so it's going toward the top of our mat rather than being parallel. And we're going to prepare for warrior one. So knee is bent and arms come up together. Stretching forward. Beautiful, looking good. Taking a moment of stillness here.